Welcome back to another episode of Cooking Should Never Be Difficult. And on today's episode, I'll be trying to make a cookie. So I saw the recipe online on YouTube and I decided to try it. So into my bowl, I added butter and sugar, and then I use my whisk to mix them. The recipe said hand mixer, but I don't have that, so I used the whisk. At this point, I was rethinking my decision because it wasn't looking like what I saw in the video. Yeah, but I still continue to mix. I think this is my second time doing this, creaming sugar. I think I've done that growing up for my cousins to bake a cake, but this is my second time doing that. So I continue to cream the sugar. At some point it started to form and started to look like what I saw in the video. So yeah, I continued to do that. And as I went on, my hand began to pain me because it wasn't forming at some point, so I continued to whisk. I give it up for bakers who do this regularly, and thank God for the invention of the electric mixer, because this was hard. So I continued to do it. I would just have to forward this part, because I did it for up to 7 to 10 minutes before I was able to get the perfect consistency I was going for according to the video that I watched. Yeah, at this point I had to move to the dining table just so I could continue there. And yeah, I continued to whisk until I got the perfect consistency. After that, I used a spatula to clean up the wicks, and then I continued to turn the mixture with the spatula this time around, because it was very much easier at this point because it has already been creamed. So then I beat my egg off camera, and then I added it into the mixture, and then I added 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract into the mixture. The recipe said mix the egg and the vanilla extract, but I added them directly into the bowl, and then I started to mix together. It looked kind of watery at this point, looked kind of separated, but once I was able to get the mixtures incorporated into each other, it looked better and looked exactly what I saw in that video. So I continued to mix together, and then the recipe said add flour to it at this point. So I was going to use 2 cups of flour. So I decided to use because I use a half cup to measure, so I used 4 of that half cup added into the mixture. After that, I added 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then I continued to mix everything together. I tried to make the mixture from under to the outer part, so it gets easy for me. Because if I try to mix it from the middle, it could spread the flour everywhere and make it so messy. So I tried to just be gentle with it. At this point, it wasn't looking very nice, but I continued. The lady said once I get the flour and the butter cream together, then I can add half cup of milk. So at this point, I think I'm ready to add the milk. So then I got the milk out and I measured using the same half cup. So I wanted to use the same measurement for everything. So I used the same half cup to measure and add it. After adding the milk, I then gently use the spatula to press the mixture in together. I didn't want the mixture to be all over the place, so I was gentle with it. If I'm going to be making this again, if I succeed, I'll be using a wooden spatula, because this was not really give you what it was supposed to. So I used a knife to like scrape out the excess, and I continued to mix. So this wasn't the right tool for this. It wouldn't spatula would have been perfect for it because it's stronger. It's going to give like mix it very easily more than this, because this was silicone and it was very fragile. It was very soft. So I continued to mix it, and I think it's beginning to look like what I saw in that video. And after that, I used a clean film to wrap it round, and then I put it in the fridge for 30 minutes. So now it's 30 minutes. I brought it back out, and they said divide it equally into different shapes. So first of all, I divided the dough, making sure it's kind of equal. I eyeballed it. In the recipe, the lady was using a scale to measure everything in, but I just eyeballed it. So I was able to get 8 pieces from this dough. So the next step is to flatten it. The lady said flatten it to circle shapes or square shapes, any shapes you like. I just had to flatten it like just in a kind of circle, but it was very irregular. So I continued to like flatten and put in my lined baking pan. The next step, the lady recommended adding Oreos, but I had this biscuit. She also said you can add different chocolate chips on it, but I added this biscuit, so I crushed it and added it. I already preheated my oven to 170 degrees, and after that I popped this into the oven and baked for 30 minutes. She said bake between 50 to 30, depending on how hot your oven is. So I baked it for 30 minutes. I didn't want to miss anything. And there you have it, my cookie. So it kind of looked soft in the inside, crunchy on the top. The under was looking better. It was very soft inside. It had this kind of cakey texture at the beginning, but after I left it for some time, it kind of formed more. So cold cookie was better. When I tested it, I kind of had this kind of banana flavor, but I don't know where I got it from because I didn't add any banana flavoring. But it looked good. But it wasn't as beautiful as the video that I watched. Yeah, but I'll be trying it again to see if I'll get it perfectly. But it was very sweet. So tell me in the comment section if there's anything I did wrong that you could correct, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.